is good.
I wish my mom could text back. Could make life easier.
Yeah, your mom doesn't text at
She
all.
doesn't
Yeah?
text.
What, just
at
voice
all.
notes?
Fam, not even voice
Nothing.
notes. Straight up
Yeah, she's
calls.
cool.
Only
Like,
way.
she can send photos now, like screenshots. She learned how to take a screenshot just recently.
Damn, bro.
Oh,
Far
gosh.
out. Wait, but like she doesn't even. Oh, you can't read Arabic, but it's like she wouldn't even text back in Arabic. Like
No.
it's just straight up.
I mean, if she
nothing.
Just
text back
nothing.
in Arabic,
Like,
that means she'd
I don't
text.
text.
Yeah.
I just call.
Right.
Fair.
That's why when like Loki, we kind of pretty much starting now. Or are we getting into it? And then we'll do intro. Yeah. Even with my dad, or my family now, we've got that family group chat. Like we've had it for like about a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Best thing that's ever happened.
Such a good move. WhatsApp.
Was it 2 years? Maybe it's been longer, but it's best thing that's ever happened. No lie, bro. Texting your parents or the family is where it's at. Because I'm not trying to have a call all the time. You want to put like a broadcast message to the family. Hey, yo, turn the music off. Bro, and everyone gets it at the same time. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's
It is
awkward if
handy.
if it's your dad that's playing the music.
Hey, nah, what? That's what it's there for. Hey,
Nah,
pops,
nah,
right?
he's-
Turn the music down.
I like it because there's no. Oh, they didn't tell me. So it's like I'll say
everyone
something
knows.
to my mom, or it's even like my dad needs to buy something from Bunnings today. Yeah. So I sent him the link, but I sent it on the family
chat,
chat,
yeah.
so that everyone knows this thing is happening.
Yeah.
So no one will be like, "Oh,
So
you
no,
didn't
let her
tell
know
me
that-
you guys
yeah,
are
you-
getting."
Yeah.
Bro, what are you getting from
It is
Bunnings? Why'd you
handy.
have to go quiet? you didn't tell me you guys are getting.
You guys want to know? We're getting a Wi-Fi extender.
Nah.
Is it that exciting?
I know. Hey, let's just intro it, man, and let's get into this episode, bro.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Disruption Podcast. This is 154. 5.
5, I think.
Wow.
Wow, do something.
That's it.
Snore the Baghdadi.
Chief Olasoji in the building, baby.
It's your girl Moeezy.
It's the Prince.
Jesus, bro, you guys are
Let's
dumb.
go.
Why are you copying Marl's flow like this, man?
I felt it in my spirit.
Who have we
Next
got
time-
in the
Yeah,
building
we
with
got a
us,
guest
man?
with us today. Who do we have?
We
Introduce
have
yourself.
Red.
That's it,
Yeah.
man. Just the one.
It's red.
Ready, I should name.
It's kind of like Madonna.
It's okay. So my actual name's Yared Scott, right? It's my full name. But
Hey, that's
I,
a
I
nice name, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
a nice
prefer.
name.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yared Scott.
Yared Scott.
Yared.
Yeah, that hits.
Scott.
Yeah.
Very
Ah,
nice,
hence
yeah.
the red.
Yeah, I prefer Red though. Just cause like just some issues I've been going through right now, and I just kind of nothing
Straight.
nothing
Yeah.
gender issue. Like I'm comfortable with my gender and whatnot, but I just prefer Red right now, just as I'm sorting things out. If that makes sense.
In school, though, do they call you Red as well now?
Yes,
Even
some of
the
the teachers, some of the teachers
Oh,
do,
no way, that's-
but like some of the teachers don't as well. So it's yeah.
Like, I'm going by what? Chief Olasoji in Instagram handle, all that kind of stuff. But I wonder if I actually
Decide.
make it a thing of like,
Everyone
yo,
call
Call
me
me
Chief.
Chief.
this is, and I wonder how it would get taken on.
Call me the
The?
Gabriel.
Just the
The
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Like, do people like, yo? Would people actually listen if I try to like take that on? Like, how serious or assertive do I have to be,
Nah, I
or
think
like, have you had
people
to
actually
be?
call you Chief though.
People do.
Yeah, they
People
do
don't
address
mention
you
it.
by
Like
that.
if they
Yeah.
don't know your name, they like everyone that I've talked to has been like,
Yeah,
for
your
a
house Chief.
concert or something. They're like, yeah, you do the podcast with Chief.
Bro, I'm there like Chief. I was like, Daniel. And then this is the part that kids will say, oh, Dan. They're like, yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel. Right. That's what I'm wondering. How assertive did you have to be to get people to call you Red, like even teachers and that?
Not very. Like I put a thing out on my story and I was just like, yo,
Story, bro. Which teacher's seen that?
on Instagram.
remember
No,
seeing
but
this.
I put something on my story and I was just like, yo, I don't really want to get into it, but I prefer being called Red. And then
Yeah.
everyone from then on just called me Red. And then the teachers were like, oh, everyone's calling it Red. We'll just
Just call him
call
red.
him
as
Red.
well.
So
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of lit, low key.
yeah.
Teachers
I should
don't
like
wanna get
that. A
fired.
teacher at my school, hard-headed, bro.
Yeah.
They don't even get your name right.
Klaus.
They don't even get his name right, bro.
Yeah.
There was our teacher in like year 10, bruv. For like the whole,
Bro,
I don't
bro,
think
that-
she said your name right the whole
I
year.
didn't, like ever, bro.
Never. Kalawa was the constant. Kalawa. I don't know where she found the extra
I don't know
letters
where she
from.
got from.
Kalawa, bro.
Bro, every time she says, like, goes through the role, it's always a different name.
Bro.
She's like, oh, he's not here.
Yeah. Bro. It's actually wild, man.
I remember trying to explain to you that it's actually Noor, and she was like,
Noor.
okay. like, what
They
am I supposed
she
to do
started
with
calling
that?
you Noor from that?
Noor. Like, and it's fair enough.
Should I
Everyone
follow
does.
you?
But
No,
no.
no.
She's just like, okay. Why you
No.
That's it, man.
It's actually not fair that people have to kind of switch their names just because people can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree with that. Mine's just Yared. Like,
Yeah.
Is it that hard?
That's
Oh,
I
that's,
got- I
you
got
still
that
struggle
hard.
with
Bro,
that.
Jared with a Y.
I got Garrett.
Garrett?
I've gotten Garrett. I've gotten Daryl. I've gotten Darren.
Nah, Daryl's taking the piss. Daryl's
They've never heard.
Daryl?
They've never heard. They've never heard
No
an
way.
Ethiopian name. It's just like, oh yeah, what's the closest thing I know? And it's just,
Nah,
Oh, wow.
Daryl's dragged.
nah, bro. It's
No
it's
way.
that or Jared. Like I get a lot of Jareds, and then if it's not,
Yeah.
if they're like, oh Jared, Garrett, Darren,
Anthony. I stressed.
Oh man, do you know what that name means? Meaning wise? Is that
I don't
meaning
know
to-
exactly what it
Yeah.
means, but I was named after this like Ethiopian musician. How crazy is that?
Come on.
But he's a musician and like he was like very talented in his craft, and then the king invited him over.
Oh well.
And then he starts like dancing with Yared, and then he has his spear facing downwards, stabs him through the foot.
Wait.
And then like, and then no. This is why. No. And the prince felt so bad and was like, and what? The king felt
Like
so
he
bad.
accidentally stabbed him.
Yeah, accidentally.
Oh,
He was like dancing into the music and whatnot.
This music's so lit. Let me stab his foot. I don't think it was on purpose. Bro.
No,
Stop.
and then what ended up happening was the king was like, "Oh, I offer you all this land, all this money, and whatnot," and he was like, "Oh, I don't want that," and he gave it out to the people and was like generous with his money, and now he's a saint. So
Shout out Yared.
that's how all the Yareds exist now.
Yeah.
So
So that's how they exist.
Yeah,
That's how they're about
yeah.
now.
Did
Oh.
you grow up in Ethiopia?
for the first 4 years of my life, and then I came to Australia. Like I was adopted. So yeah.
Bro, okay, so I've got a story to tell you. I've got a story to tell you.
What happened?
So the day we met you was at that, yeah, you know that launch, yeah, the launch night.
Yeah.
That was when we met you, yeah.
The VIP
The
launch.
VIP
for Ego
launch
Expo.
night, Ego Expo.
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
that?
yeah.
February this year, yeah. So we're all chilling, chatting, and I think you and I were talking for a bit first, yeah, and then
Yeah.
Carlos came in like. You came in like a bit afterwards or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
So you and I are talking. There's some other people around, and you're like, "Oh, I think Mandela linked us, right? Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mandela linked us. Shout out Raw Freshness, bro. So you come up you're like, yeah, man, I'm adopted. I'm like, oh, no way. Carlos comes out of nowhere.
I thought
bro.
I heard Dufton. Like I'm from Dufton.
With
like,
energy, the dude comes, oh, you're from Dufton? Bro, I was like, yo, I need to leave
And then the guy
right
goes,
now.
no, adopted. I was like,
I was like, this could not have gone
Oh
anywhere.
my gosh.
Did you pick that up?
No, I was just like, I didn't hear exactly what you said. I was like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't adopted. So I was just like, no, adopted.
Yo, listen, you're from Dufton? I don't even know why you got excited,
got
bro.
excited?
You're not from Dufton.
it's just good to see someone else from the hood. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
goodness,
funny.
bro. That sent me that day, bro. I'm
Bro,
like,
yeah.
fam, the next
Why
time I
did
see you, I need to
survive
bring it up, bro. 'Cause, bro, we've never not stopped laughing at that, bro. That's wild, man. But yeah, what, first 4 years you said in Ethiopia, and then,
Yeah.
then you came down here.
Was
Yeah.
that straight from
For
Ethiopia
6
to
years.
here?
6 years, yeah.
Four in Ethiopia. Beg your pardon?
Was that from Ethiopia to Australia straight away, or did you? go
Yeah.
somewhere between?
So my parents, like my now parents, they came over. They kicked it in Ethiopia for a bit with me because I was like in an adoption center and I was just chilling there. And they came and just looked after, got like comfortable with me. We went around Ethiopia for a bit, like went to a few places, got comfortable with me, and then we went back home. But like they're awesome family. Like I love them to bits. So I'm really thankful for that.
That's awesome.
What was the experience like? Because I mean, at the age of how old were you around then?
Like 4. I mean, I don't remember anything. Like
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how much do you
I
really
don't.
remember?
I have an awful memory, and I don't know if that's like from what happened when I was over there or whatnot. But like, I don't remember anything until I was like 10. Like, I have like no memories
Oh, wow.
of like my childhood. Like, I have like little glimpses and like
Yeah.
little images in my head, but I like everyone can be like, oh, you remember that time that we did? No, bro. Like, I don't remember much, but it's like my parents tell me a lot. My dad wrote like a whole diary
Oh, wow.
dedicated to like
Beautiful.
things that happened over
Okay,
there.
that's
So-
that's
beautiful.
different.
yeah, and it's like this like what 30-page book, and like
Wow.
he gave it to everyone in the family and whatnot. And he loves writing. Like he wants
Yeah.
to be he wanted to be a writer. He loves writing and all that. So shout out to him. It was a really
Shout
funny
out.
book. So
LMAO.
That
We'll
is
tell you what. Damn. Okay. There's like 1,000 different things from that, man. Because I was talking to we're talking to people. What was it, like Thursday night? A couple, right? On Thursday night, and they recently went like on a holiday with their child, and the child's like not even 1 year, right? And I'm like, yo, this kid's not gonna remember any of this. Like, you take him to X, Y, Z, and like, yo, they don't remember any of this like moment, this time.
Yeah.
But apparently, while they were there, he was like so
having
excited to
fun.
see, like he was having so much fun to see all these different things, right? So let's say 5, 6 years later, he's not gonna remember that, but it was healthy for his brain
Yeah.
forming
Yeah.
to have those positive
Yeah.
experiences at those times. So it's like, I started to realize, oh snap, there's a lot of things we don't remember, but it's so important actually what our brain or mind was going through in them
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's new
that-
colors, it's new textures, it's new.
Environment,
My niece
yeah.
went to the zoo for the first time yesterday, I think.
yeah.
And like,
Oh,
like,
she's done. She's
you're
right.
1 and 2 months or
She
something.
passed out. She definitely passed out.
But bro, just
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed. Her like standing on the glass like this, everything. It's like it's exciting. It's like
Bruh,
that's a tiger.
I would be overwhelmed as a kid if
Yeah.
I saw some stuff like that. What is this big ass cat?
Yeah. Why is this human walking on all fours? That's what you're thinking.
Literally, right?
So, how much do you know about your family or about Ethiopia? Like, is there any like relatives that you still stay connected with?
So I know as much as like everyone actually knows. So there's the only person who knows my story is my biological mum, and that's kind of it. She knows all the details and whatnot. But the information that was given to us by the adoption center and whatnot, they didn't have a lot of information. Parents don't have a lot of information. They've told me everything that they know, and it's like it's a pretty messed up story, honestly. And it's like something that I've been like grappling with recently and whatnot, and it's kind of come out a lot in my music as well recently. Just because it's like trying to handle those emotions while also being isolated because of quarantine and whatnot.
Facts.
Makes it kind of difficult. So there's not a lot that I know, but the parts that I do know, it's kind of really hard to deal with. And I think at the end of the day, we know that because my mum like wrote a letter, and at the end of the day, we know that she like loved me so much, and it was like such a hard thing for her. And I just go, that's all that really matters to me. Like she loved me with all her heart. She tried really hard, and that's just the way the world works sometimes, Just sucks.
That's
It's
crazy.
Yeah.
So random, but like, do you know your actual birthday? Is that like one of the things that you know, or
I do, but like Ethiopian calendar is really weird. So
Isn't it like
Oh, yeah,
13
I've
months or
heard.
something?
yeah, so what ended up happening, so on the Ethiopian calendar, I was born on the 10th month.
Yeah.
And when I came to Australia, everyone was like, oh, you're born in October. And, whatnot. And there was this huge, like, because we were trying to, like, my parents did a few things that were like, actually, you couldn't actually do. They were like, they sent me to preschool really early. So typically what happens when you're adopted, you have to go and like integrate into like the new culture for like a year. You can't do any schools. You can't do anything like that. You have to learn the language. You have
That's
to
something that they set in place, or is
Yeah.
it just like what makes sense? As
no,
like,
that's what
you know?
that's what they set in place.
facts.
So my parents had to like with the kindergarten that I went to, they had to like kind of lie and like sneak me in there. So I picked up the language really quickly, which was really cool because a lot of kids struggle with that. But I picked up the language really quickly. Sorry, I forgot the question. Oh my gosh.
Birthday, yeah.
Birthday, yeah. So I do know my birthday, but that was just a huge issue with the age coming here. So my birthday's 22nd of June, and I do know that for a fact. That was written by my mom. We got that all sorted. So that's really cool, and that's something that I can hold.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
pretty wild though, because like, imagine not knowing that. Like, it sounds like it's something so small, and you can choose a
Yeah.
significant date afterwards or something. You know what I mean? But like, actually knowing that, I don't think anything is different from that. Like when you
Yeah.
actually know, and it holds a different kind of like
Yeah.
weight in you. Like that's important, man. That's
Yeah.
when you arrive.
because that's my day on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just born on the first of the first.
That's what I was thinking, bro. I'm like, all of the ethnic parents, first
Still
of Jan.
first of the
Oh,
first.
for us, it's
I mean,
all
my
first-
parents
first
know
of July.
First of
Oh,
July.
But that's fine.
They're going with financial year.
It's actually sad for those who are actually born on the 1st of Jan. It's like, I don't.
Like actually born on the first.
Oh, poor you.
I'm actually serious, like, guys.
Yeah. I was gonna say something else in line with the memory there, man. Far out, man.
Yeah, ironic.
So while you're thinking, so just go back when you actually found out your actual birthday. Is there something like your parents now had to kind of, be in communication with your biological mom to figure out what the date of the birthday is, or?
No, so there's like we have no connections, we have no ties to family over there, but we have the person who looked after me when I was at the adoption center. We have contact with her. We have her on Facebook. She's like happy. She's married. She's awesome. We love her a lot, and we have contact to the adoption center, but to my mum, nothing. But we do know. Because that's what like she told the adoption center. She was like, "This is my son's birthday," and gave like basic details. And they were like, "Cool, that's what we're gonna pass on to next." It was a crazy story. If I can go on a little bit of a tangent,
That's all you
like My family originally went to adopt. I think it was like 5-6 years before, like anything actually happened. So they went out for adoption. If they got the like procedure through quicker, or just at an actual normal rate. So theirs was like incredibly slow. Because my brother was 3 when they went for the adoption papers, and that's why they asked for like a 3-4-year-old. Like that was the age range, because they were like, oh, let's match it with their son. But what ended up happening, 6 years went by,
Wow.
and then it happened. So for the first 3 years of their papers being through, which is around about how long it takes, I'm pretty sure, I wasn't even alive.
Yeah.
So everything kind of matched up really luckily, and now I'm here. So if it was any normal procedure and the papers went through normally, then it would have been a completely different kid. Plus the adoption doors got closed pretty soon after I was adopted. So it's like, that's
It all
crazy.
The way
worked out
things like
perfectly.
line up.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
life will never cease to tell you, you have no idea what I got. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, the way just life happens, like, sometimes you're just like, yeah, damn, okay, there's more than we realize going on, you know what I mean?
You can
Because
go anywhere, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Wasn't Hugh Jackman and like there was some like white celebrities or something who adopted kids from
yeah.
Ethiopia. I could have been one of those.
Angelina Jolie and that.
It'd be crazy. The lifestyle, bro. I remember my parents told me that when I was like 12. They were
They're
like,
like, why'd you tell me?
I'm like,
What you take me, man?
I could have had such a nice bedroom, bro. I could have had all the toys. Nah.
Like I said, I gotta live here, bro.
Adopt him. Yo, man.
Alright, so you have siblings?
I have an older brother, yeah.
Yeah, and is he adopted as well? Or is he biological?
Nah, biological. I can't actually, like, due to my parents' privacy and whatnot,
Yeah,
I can't get into the situation. But another crazy story that ended up making things line up the way that they did. So there's so many, like, just accidents and instances and, like, things that were originally really sad
Yeah.
that ended up me becoming here. Like, my parents, I'm pretty sure my parents asked for a girl preferably. They got me. Lucky them. And, like, so there's just a lot of things that just happened, and I'm just like, it's crazy. That's what I'm
right,
saying.
right,
Incredible.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of questions like about this whole thing, like at school when your parents are picking up like for the first time?
Yeah. So mainly I get it with like little kids because they just don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like,
And they have no filter, bro.
yeah,
Yo.
yeah.
Bro.
Something don't add it up.
Something's a bit
Why is your parents white and why are you black?
Bro, they do not care.
There was one girl when she was like, they were talking about like, oh Yared, why are your parents white? And then I was like, oh, it's because I'm adopted. And then one kid was like, but that doesn't make sense. And then this girl who was so confident, she was like, I know why his parents are white. And then she was like, because his parents flew over to Ethiopia and then they had Yared there and then they came back. That's why he's black, because he was born in Ethiopia. She was so confident with
Hey,
it.
the logic.
The logic,
me.
man. At least she knows that there's something different going on in Ethiopia.
It's close, but no question.
That is so
Ready
crazy.
to get like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You know them ones where it's like with kids, you're just like, yeah, trust, this is the way I'm going to let it be for now because I just can't be bothered trying to correct you. You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was at an after school program. So like the leaders were just sitting there like, how do we-
Did they let it happen?
well, they were just kind of giggling and like trying to figure out because they're like 19. They're not even like that old. They're sitting there like,
Bro, you just said some mad facts, yeah. We were looked after by reckless people at some point
Yeah.
in time.
I remember. I never was part of that whole thing, the mentorship stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I remember looking at some of the boys and I was like, I swear you graduated 2 years ago and like I only saw you pick your nose in school. Like, what are you doing here?
It's actually wild. Like when you deep it, like the people that were looking after me in after school care and like before school care and stuff,
young.
bro, they were just trying to get guap.
Yeah.
Quick
yeah.
cash. They don't really care about us, bro. You better eat them wheat picks and get ready for class.
There's no milk.
Bro, literally, man. It's actually,
That's like when you think about the current teachers that are in the system are like people who graduated with us.
yeah,
They're
man.
teaching the kids
No,
that are
when I
at school.
realized like some of my friends are teachers, right? And their Instagram is them getting like lit on a Saturday night. And I was like,
What's going on?
I get why like all the teachers had their profile on
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 private?
private?
Yeah.
And, like they were like, don't follow me, don't add me. It's like, I get
Nah,
it, I
it's
get
actually mind blowing, bro. Like our friends, our age is actually Like that's your teaching, like looking after the whole generation.
Mm.
Man. I don't trust it.
It's kind of concerning.
It's a bit concerning, but
But like, I mean, we even realized this week, like, we are the workforce. Like, our age group is the workforce
are we?
now.
We can't.
Do we gonna
Don't
get
out
into it?
yourself.
depends. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
It depends. Yeah, go. You go, because you're the one really. Okay, say what you got to say. Listen to this.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Well, I'm working from home on what's this, Thursday? And I'm like, I feel
Putting a
like playing games.
timestamp.
It's 10 a.m. Right? It's 10 a.m. I feel like playing games. It's like GeoGuessr. Have you played it?
Yeah.
Oh, say less.
And so
Quick
I hit
round
up
after
two of my
this.
friends, and I'm like, "Do you guys want to play as well?" They're like, "Yeah." Everyone's supposed to be doing their job right now. Yeah. Suddenly, one of them sends through a Zoom link. And all three of us are just staring at each other, giggling, and we're like, we actually have meetings in like 30 minutes. We have all this kind of stuff. And we're playing, we're like, oh, I think it's Romania. Oh, I think it's all this stuff. And then I'm like, I clocked. I'm like, bro, like, we are the future of Australia. Like, we are the workforce.
We are playing
and
games.
this is what we're doing with working from home.
It's actually
But the part that
Mental.
killed me, yeah, I'll admit that I was one of those guys.
I don't want to say it. Yeah, it was him, and it was him.
Look, yeah, this is the part that killed me. Yeah. So Daniel sends it through.
Whoa!
The instigator.
No, it's Daniel. But anyway,
Yeah.
someone sends through the link on the group chat for the game. And I was like, hey, boys, I can't join you guys, yeah? I'll join you guys in the afternoon if you play. And it's like, all right, cool, I'll see you guys in the afternoon. And then they jump on Zoom. Noah jumps on Zoom. I said, cool. Next thing I'm like, I can postpone this meeting real quick.
Bro.
Next thing I jump on the Zoom, and then they're just looking at me, and I'm just like, hey, don't ask questions, let's play, bro.
All I hear, because I was like, my Zoom screen is here, the screen I play off is here.
Bro.
All I hear is Daniel. Is that Carlos?
Bro, not even that. You know when you hear the doorbell on Zoom?
Yeah,
It's
like,
like, bro, who
who's
the
that?
heck is infiltrated with our Zoom? And I see this ugly head popping. I lost my
Smiling.
mind.
Bro.
But it is wild to think
all
that,
of
like,
us are
yeah,
just
we
staring
are,
at each other.
bro, we're the generation that's apparently going to help take the world somewhere. This is the thing, because we feel like we're on job, like we're serious about what we do, right? So my question is, if I think I'm serious, the people that aren't serious are definitely not serious. So who really is serious and
Yeah.
gonna like
Right.
actually shape the future?
No one. Everyone just puts on a mask and goes, yeah. I'm mature and responsible. I got this.
It's wild though, man. But then I was like, to be honest, I've heard from a lot of these adults at work like that they say what they do when they're at home. Yeah, no one's serious at all.
Sometimes you jump on meetings and these guys, 3 p.m. Oh, you just woke up from a nap? Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, it's actually wild. I was gonna say though, man. So like we've grown up internet age. That's how we've grown up, right? Literally from pretty much from when we were born, borderline almost, because internet came in 2000. Yeah.
But
But it wasn't
I
used.
remember a life
Yeah, it
Where-
wasn't
where
used
it
as
wasn't
much.
part of my daily life.
Yeah.
Not a part of your daily life,
Or
but
not
it
even part of
still
my life.
had a. Do you reckon at all?
Yeah, no, like I remember year 4 was when the internet became a part of my
Think
life.
about it, bro. Even Dodo dial-up
that's
is
actually
part
pretty
of that's
young, bro.
internet, bro. When it, did you ever live through that?
No,
My
bro.
fella? Wait, bro, wait.
Have you
Wait,
never
wait,
seen,
wait,
have
wait,
you ever
wait,
seen a picture load like this?
Yeah, no, I know all
Yeah.
about that stuff because my brother was like,
Yeah, but now I'm
mad
just trying to
into.
figure out, bro, what year were you born, bro?
I was 2005.
What?
Yeah, long, long day. Yeah.
Guy was like, hello, internet. That's how he was.
Nah, I was born into. I was just like, yeah, it is what it is.
Wi-Fi.
Wow.
So you actually didn't? Yeah. Whoa.
I didn't know. I still understand
Yeah,
a
but
lot
you
of the
know- yeah,
references
yeah.
and whatnot. Just because like my brother,
Yeah, yeah.
he kind of.
That's actually
Yeah.
wild, bro. Because I remember times where it's like, someone would say like, "Oh, don't turn on the tap because the internet's trying to, the internet's trying to connect.
Someone picks up the phone, internet's gone.
Internet's gone. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
because you can only use
One at a time, bro.
Yeah.
That was actually a wild
Wow.
time. But I was
How
saying
did you
like,
go
huh?
through that, man? That's crazy.
That's what I was saying though, like, cause like when we think about like adoption and when things like the papers and the management of systems and things like that, like I'm thinking like automatically my mind goes to like 1980 or something like that, and
Yeah.
thinking like it's dusty records and things are like managed like poorly. I don't know if that's still the case though, but I'm like in internet age when it comes to like birthdays and like just being able to track people's like lives and what happens,
The
I
system.
feel like a lot of these things are documented nowadays. Like you actually can't
Mess it up that bad.
mess it up
Yeah.
properly anymore. Like these days,
Yeah.
like things are documented now. Like the government knows, not the government, but like the government knows like what's happening. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I don't know. I wonder how much like people's names can be missing or birth certificates can still go like get be missing completely or like You don't know what day. You know, like you ask like your grandparents or what's your birthday? My grandma apparently knows her birthday. We celebrate it every year. It's June. What was it? June 14th. But is that a date she made up, or does she actually know that it was June 14th? You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how much of that actually still goes on to this, like in this day, or if that's like eliminated now just because of the times.
It also makes you think like stuff that could have been missed before the internet, or before the internet was like at its prime, if that kind of makes sense.
that could have been missed.
Yeah.
I think
Like
I don't know how much
information.
would have been missed. It's more like if you're doing everything manually, you can't be bothered doing as much. You know, like if everything's on an Excel sheet, I'll just enter, hit a new row, copy paste. I don't have to write all the stuff. So it's like now I can add another column for eye color. You know what I mean? And it's just because it's quick.
Yeah.
You know, there's a drop down blue or whatever, right?
It's actually crazy though, bro.
But before that, it's like, I can't be bothered writing this out. Like, we'll just know name, last name, sex. That's it.
Literally. And because this person doesn't feel they're getting paid enough yet. Birthday, it depends on how I'm feeling. Yeah, everyone else getting a dash.
Yeah,
That's
That's
crazy, bro.
He's giving me
We're in a different time though, man.
Yeah.
I think what you said something like about the time.
Like everything happened between
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah, what
I
year
was
was
thinking
that?
about this. Like, I feel like everything good, not everything essential, everything good happened between 1900 and 2000. And now anything that's happening now is building off of that. Like nothing's fresh, is what I mean. Like, because I was thinking like all the sports clubs, all the whatever, it's all like around 1910, 1920, all the stuff they came
Everything
into
when
action.
they have the
Everything that we
EST,
enjoy.
it's 19 something. Yeah.
1970s.
You're talking about in terms of
19
like how it's created, like when
like,
it's created.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
But it's like, or like any sports leagues or any major companies or all this stuff. It all happens between 1900, 2000, and anything since there, as well, even technology and all that. You're just building off of that. I'm like, what is the thing that's gonna be like just a brand new thing
In
full
our
stop
generation.
that's not building off something?
Yeah.
But then again, I guess even in that era, something is building off of something. Maybe
For sure.
always like that.
Because that's what I wonder for someone like your age, right? Like you've got everything at your, even us, to be honest,
But
Loki,
honestly,
us as
yeah.
well. Bro, we're in the same category as you right now.
We just got to experience a little bit of life. The
conception of it too, yeah.
Internet was every day.
Yeah.
You didn't get to experience as much. That's it.
So that's what,
Mine was also fast always. Mine's always been pretty quick. So
internet.
yeah.
Nah, yeah. See?
That's different for you guys. You had to wait for stuff to load and message. No instant
Bro.
messages. You know
What,
what I'm saying?
LimeWire? Bro, LimeWire download times, yo.
And
It tells
now
you come back in
now you
72
gotta go-
hours.
Now you gotta go tap your dad. I put virus on the computer.
Bro.
5 megabytes takes 2 hours, bro.
And then after all that, you realize that some loser renamed it to be the song that
And
you
it's his
wanted,
track.
but it's not. It's his track.
Bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to download tracks?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I got a lot of the technology my brother had, but like once he moved on from it, so I had like an iPod,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I had like all the
right.
downloaded songs. I had it in my I was. Did you guys ever do the music video stuff where you would have your headphones in, you would like be a little kid,
Yep.
and
Bro,
you just
what?
like
you look out the window and it's raining, bro?
If you're on
Yeah.
the bus, you're sitting at the back.
Oh my
Come on, man.
you're
days.
playing some sad songs, bro.
Yes.
Or like, because a lot of the songs, I think I only downloaded like one of my own songs. A lot of the songs that was on there were like previously downloaded. So I was just like listening to
That's
music
what
that
you
like,
What's your brother listening to?
bro, not to expose my brother. Not to expose my brother.
I feel like.
I'm putting him on blast, bro.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
put him on
bro,
blast.
I'm not surprised if it's the same as me.
He had Justin Bieber boyfriend on it.
Yeah, yeah.
When
Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
but when JB was like hated on,
right,
like no, you can't.
Yeah,
you
nah,
can't like,
standard.
Yeah, I can't like Justin Bieber. No One Direction.
Yeah,
no.
but he's got it on the low.
Yeah.
Fam, best believe I was bumping to like honestly, if someone
we
finds
believe
my MP3 player, like the ones with the USB on the end, like
Yeah,
you guys remember that?
Yes.
It was
sir.
an MP3 player. There's USB attached on it, so you plug it straight in, download it directly to the MP3 player, and like all the songs have like underscores, underscores.
Kissing
Yeah.
underscore,
Dash,
kissing to the
dash,
phone
MP3.
underscore,
Bro.
MP3. My favorite,
Bro, my MP3 was full of like, bro, I'm telling you, Katy Perry, Pink, bruv. Bro, Miley Cyrus was
did you
popping,
download
bro.
them?
Download
Are
it.
you guys talking about the little colorful ones?
What's
No.
The
She's talking
little
about the
ones?
iPod Nanos.
Wait, is that
Yeah,
You're talking about,
Shuffle.
I'm talking about
use actual
MP3.
MP3
Yeah,
player,
like this
yeah.
ain't Apple, bro.
It
This
was
is
like it was Logitech.
Sanyo or something, right? Like you plug it in and you
like
down,
100
bro.
songs only, bro.
Like it's actually a complete. But okay, going back to what I was saying,
Yeah.
I mean, we are building off of that. Like
Yeah.
we have everything at our fingertips now, and it's such a different. like, yeah, it's such a different life that we're now being able to. It's kind of wild and scary at the same time, though. And I get what you mean in terms of like, yo, where are we?Here do we go next?
Yeah.
Like, what does next even look like?
I mean,
now?
it's just all in our heads at that point. Like it's all like meta and like whatnot.
That is, yeah. that
Like
is what
everything's
it is,
becoming. Everything's just gonna be a brain chip in your head, and you're just communicating through that. Like that's crazy.
Because you're still in high school. So what's
This is a
the
beautiful question.
tech aspect in terms of high school now? Because I remember when we were in year 9, oh no. So I
Run it
went
back to year 6.
Year
bro.
6.
Run it back to year 6.
Is when they came out with these dumb Interact smart boards.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say it. I was praying.
And it was the dumbest thing, but I remember there was a blue pen, a red pen.
They were, yeah.
How
They
dumb,
were
yeah?
never
It's
on.
how, like, when you think about it, oh, yeah, they would
Yeah, they're like,
calibrate it.
yeah.
Yeah, to calibrate. Yeah.
One,
Do you
two,
remember this
three,
at all?
four, Middle.
Yeah.
They
Think about how
copied them
stupid
quick.
this is. Like, the whiteboard marker, it's a tech thing. They could have just had one and changed the color.
The color,
But instead
yeah,
they
yeah,
had
that
red, blue,
different-
yellow, green. It's like, that's dumb. So that was year 6.
That
and
was, yeah, I think, low-key, that was the first integration of this is tech.
Tech.
in the
Tech.
classroom. It was
Yeah.
like a smart whiteboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can watch the movies, you can
Yeah.
draw like
Everything.
a normal whiteboard, everything, play
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Higher or lower was the one, bro, that was the
Yeah.
go-to game for that thing,
Yeah.
bro. But yeah.
Or even, just for fun was like tic-tac-toe. Not
Yeah.
But then I remember nothing tremendous year 7, 8.
Yeah.
Year 9 here is when they were like, we're going to implement, what did they call them? It wasn't laptops. It was like notebooks. or
Yeah,
something.
notebooks.
Yeah.
We got iPads
We got
first though in
iPads.
our
What
school.
year was
Oh,
that?
no
Yeah,
Was it
we
9?
got given iPads straight in year 9. So that was the first thing. Like,
was the
and,
first thing.
and we lost our minds.
Bro, we lost it, bro.
Bro, that was the iPad with the bezel that was this thick.
Ah.
Yeah, it is, but at the time,
The iPad with the dumpy,
slaps.
bro.
bro, it was just games, bro.
Bro, the charger was that wide.
Fat one. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I think, yeah.
that was
you-
it. I think
And
that
then, yeah, we didn't get anything else after that. We just got,
they said that later. So,
we just got iPads.
so you asking him
So,
like, what?
so we had those
what's the-
laptops, and then that was it for me through year 12.
Yeah.
Worst laptop ever. But it is what it is. Literally like, no joke, is like 7-inch screen. It was the dumbest thing.
But we have phones that size, bro.
Yeah,
very
mental. It's like, what's it like now? What's the tech like now? Is it iPads? Is it
And how integrated is it as well? That's the
Yeah.
question. Too.
We've,
Yeah.
we've always had technology.
Yeah,
So since prep, I've been at the same school since prep, and we're pretty well off private school. So I've always had like good equipment and whatnot. So we had computers, and the teachers would be like, "All right, we had these games that are on the computers. They're all like maths or English games.
Cool maths
so,
games.
No, you do rotations, and it was actually fun as. So you would be like, you would write stuff down on like a piece of paper, and then your next rotation would be drawing, and then your next rotation would be like on the computer. And then in year 3, 4, 5, 6, we started. Year 3, 4, 5, 6, we had iPads, and they would just be in the class, but we didn't take them home.
Yeah.
And then year 5, 6, we started getting computers, and I remember that was so baller. Like the teacher would be like, the teacher would be like, go get the computers, and there would be like this charging dock, like
Yeah.
box.
And you plug it out. Yeah.
I
And then
remember
That time used to come on the trolley, bro.
yeah.
About 35 laptops on that thing,
if
bro.
the teacher told you to go get the trolley from the IT lab, like, what?
You take a detour. But who was our IT guy? Mr. Aaron. Shout out, Mr. Aaron.
What's up, man? How are you? Man?
Yeah, and then we
That's
just have
crazy.
laptops. We've always had laptops.
Yeah.
So we get a new laptop every 3 years. So we get a new one. So it's you get one in year
One in
7.
middle school and the high school.
Yeah, you get one in year 7 and then one in year 10,
Like year
and
10
you
and
keep
shit,
them.
yeah.
And they're really good, but like the teachers get really good ones. They give us my computer crashes like every 2 seconds, and I'm like, we're spending $1,600 on laptops.
Yeah.
Get us one that's not
That
gonna.
actually works. man.
Proper one.
It's just dumb, but yeah.
Wow.
I was just gonna ask, what about like exams, tests, and all that? Like, can you come in with your smartwatch or like
Smartwatch. You can bring your Apple Watch in. They don't check that, but you can't have anything else. Phones gone. Like our school's always been no phone policy.
Yeah.
So
Standard.
yeah, I don't get why other schools like were allowed to have their phones during. I was so jealous of that because my friends would be sending me snaps and whatnot.
Yeah.
As they're in
I don't know if
class.
they're actually allowed to, bro. They just probably do.
No, they're allowed to. It was
Allowed?
on. It was
during
only
a test.
no.
Like
No, this
just
is not
school
tests.
time.
This is like school
Yeah.
times. But then I'm like, the government announced like a rule that was like no phones in class time, and now no one's allowed their phone in class. It's like a rule that schools have to make. But yeah, no, with exams and whatnot, especially during lockdown, bro, I was cheating on them things. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like I didn't study once, and I was like getting 100%.
Yo, that's what's up, man.
I'd have my
We are the
computer there.
workforce.
How did you do exams during lockdown? Was it like Zoom, like your cameras on, and like how
So
does that work?
you would do it on this. We use OneNote, like Microsoft
Yeah.
OneNote,
Right.
and the teacher can see it live as
Yeah,
it's going
yeah,
through.
yeah.
So what you would do is you would do it on that, and the teacher would be like, "All right, at this point, I'm gonna lock the OneNote so no one can touch it." So she opens it up at this time, and then they'll close it down at that time. So you would just switch tabs.
Oh, so
I
they
had
can't even monitor your
They
screen.
can't even monitor the
No,
screen.
and like, if they
If
did,
they
because
want to,
there was one I can't remember the website, but there was a certain website where they could actually monitor your screen.
Yeah.
I had a second computer.
Literally.
I had it behind there, and it's like the teacher was like, "You have to have your camera on," and then everyone would be like, "Oh, dude, my camera's been so buggy recently."
And then
Oh,
now,
so
sorry, bro.
it's
What are they meant to
absolutely
do?
crazy.
What are they meant to do?
Exactly.
But lockdown was so elite, bro. I think I had an interview during lockdown, and I legit read like the company's vision and everything, like around the computer.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, so why have you decided to apply?" I'm like, because and then like
You got it all up.
I really believe in the vision. Bro,
but you see my eyes going everywhere, bro. Going
I
around.
just gonna
man.
think got ADHD or something. Man can't focus on her. He's looking around
Bro,
everywhere.
you just gotta work smarter.
Yeah.
You just gotta work smarter. So
It's a proper different time though.
It is very
It is.
I
it's
can't believe I
crazy.
should ask you like how was school,
Yeah.
like the technology in school. That's
Yeah.
how you know like
You know
man,
one
we've
thing
been out of touch, man.
I love though is that like young people, every generation, but like they just find a new way to be smart around bending the rules. Because I remember this whole thing of like, you can't text, and then they like banned Facebook in schools and all this. And then I remember this 2 years ago, something, the kids in class, they were apparently kids were opening up Google Drive, opening up a sheet, and they'd all work on it together, and so they'd just be writing messages to each other on the thing, and it's like then just remove their message, so it always looks like they just have
Yeah.
a sheet open.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like,
yeah,
bro, young people are smart. Like
Yeah.
they're always gonna find a way.
there's this person I know. I can't disclose information.
Inside info.
There's this person I know, and they had this issue with their previous partner, and their parents weren't allowing them to see each other, so or like text each other because they were doing some stupid stuff on messages and whatnot.
Facts.
And they have very strict Christian parents.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was they found a way to message each other using Word documents. So they found a shared Word document, and they would just message each other on that because it looked like work.
Bro,
Yeah.
long day for parents.
Wow.
Bro. Long day.
You gotta
It's-
catch
yeah,
up.
it's
You
just-
have
it's
to
quite-
catch
If you
up.
find out,
Maybe you do have to beat your kids.
We don't endorse that message.
That was not endorsed by the rest
No.
of us. Oh man, it's wild, bro. Like that's what I'm wondering. Like, okay, as a young person, right, in this generation or this world right now, do you feel like you're able to achieve anything if you try? Like, do you feel like there's like any like form of any kind of door? Like, you know what I mean? Like for people growing up, like in older generations, right? There's probably like this is
The cap.
This is the cap. Like there's a very clear cap of what they think they're able to do or achieve, or even what their scope or understanding of the world is, right? So like as a young person with the influx of information that you have, like what do you think, or where do you think you're able to like go with that? Like, is it something you feel you're able to utilize? And like in your mind, did you ever have what do you
Because
think?
on this, like now I'm just thinking about it. Like, you know how travel was so difficult, like in let's say the 1930s, right?
Yeah.
But then a young person born in like 1960, in their mind they're like, I could travel to any country. That's like their that's their unlimited.
Yeah.
Whereas their parents are like they weren't like, oh, I could go anywhere, any year, any time.
Nah,
like
dog.
I have one trip in my lifetime. That's it.
that's crazy.
But then it's like now you could go anywhere, you could do anything, you could be anything. You have all these platforms. You have
Like that's
all
what I'm
these
wondering. What does it
tools.
actually feel like?
What's
you know
the,
what I mean?
Like, what is the limit? Even for ourselves, to be honest. Like,
A little bit for us as
question.
well, but like I think because of the fact that we had a period of not, like we grew up in the period of not that, right? And we're understanding and like beginning to understand the capabilities as opposed to growing up
Just
just
living in
with
the
the capabilities as like they're in front of you is completely different. Like we still have those slight limitations of just what we've kind of grown up with or what we've known or what our parents have passed down to us. But like growing up now as like a young person, like you're just literally in a world where like potentially anything is like possible. Like, what does that actually like feel like though?
Okay.
Like, does it feel like that? And yeah, where does it go?
I have a few things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about other people and then I'll talk about my personal experience. So with other people, I've noticed like the people around me, they get really anxious by having so much. Like that's one thing with what we have nowadays. There's so much options, like so many options where you go, I don't know which one to choose. Do I go here? Because if I go here, then I'm missing out on these possibilities. So you get really anxious with having so many possibilities. And I think it's also, at this age, it's like, I don't really need to worry about going down a specific career path because look, maybe it's just the people I'm around because we're all middle class. But it's like, I don't really need to worry about that. Like, I can pick up a job and I can just work above minimum wage casually and live my life, or I can live with my parents if I need to. I can just kind of relax. So there's not a lot of ambition from a lot of people in our generation, but there's also is a lot. It's very polarizing. So there's a lot of people who feel like, damn, I don't have like any idea what I want to do, and I'm so overwhelmed and anxious by this, because then also social media showing them all these people who are getting out and doing stuff, and they're like, damn, like I'm just sitting in my bedroom doing nothing, like I'm so lame. That's so crazy. So that's how some people view it. But for me personally, like, I'm such an ambitious kid. Like, you see me at these events and whatnot. I'm trying to get out.
Man took over the runway.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, I love doing that. I love getting out. I love making music. I love fashion. I love all these things. So ever since as a kid, like, I have these drawing journals. I have diaries that I write in. I have music that I make. So I'm super ambitious. Plus my like family's mad supportive. So they're like, go for it. We're going to support you. We're going to drive you out to these things. We're going to, you know, we're going to love you and care for you and give you all these things. So it's like, I have the internet as well. And that's great because that's how I've learned to make my music. I go, here's the tutorial. Or here's when I was like obsessed with basketball. Here's how to do this move. Or breaking down defenders or this and that and whatnot. So I go, there's so many like things that you can use, and there's so many avenues that you can go down. So we're really lucky, but it can also throw you off a lot when you have so many options and you don't know what to do. So
that's what we actually spoke about last time in terms of like, where do you go when there's so many options? And for some people, that's overwhelming, man, where it's like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. So they just end up settling for, you know, like what you're saying, just go work, just average, like, and just go from there. You know,
Or like you said, doing nothing because you just feel trapped by
That's
the
another thing as well.
potentials.
Overwhelmed.
That way you said it was actually kind of like pretty dope as well. Like, let me go down this path, but because you know what you're missing out in another path, now you're like, don't fully go into this because you want to try out this as well. But like, there's a point in time in life where you don't even know what you're missing out on, and you just feel like what you're doing was like the best option as well. Like, it's actually crazy
That's
that
also
the
hard,
way
right?
it's changed generationally. Like, it's pretty.
That's the thing, though. Instagram kind of shows you, like, social media kind of shows you, like, what you're also missing out on, right? So that's when you also got to be disciplined and be like, I like what I'm doing right now. If that kind of makes sense. For example, let's say you're doing music, but let's say you enjoy dancing, but you're like, I want to focus on music, right? And then on social media, you see like everyone dancing, and you see them making a fire in dancing, and you're like, oh shoot, I'm missing out on that. So then now you're trying to go into that without putting 100% into music.
I mean, I fall into that category because I want to do so much. I have so many aspirations. I have so many dreams, and I want to accomplish them. I'm so young, so I have like a lot of time to do it. But then I also feel like I don't have any. I'm just like, but what if I die tomorrow? And like, I don't get it. And also the whole thing was people starting wars, if we want to get into that, or like politics and climate change.
Let's
And
chat.
it's really nerve wracking, especially as a person who wants a family and who wants kids. It's like, I want to do all these things, but I'm really fearful of the world. So I'm trying to really get as much as I can done before it becomes way too much.
Before we dive into, because I think you want to dive into
Yeah,
that,
for
Before
sure,
we dive
man.
into that real quick, Obviously, you're still young. You're 17 years old, but still doing so much, modeling, music, dancing, and all that. When did all that start?
Since a kid. All started when I was a kid. So, you know, since a little boy, I was always loving that. Like, I played the piano awfully. I was like sitting there and I was just like, oh, this is so much fun. So my parents got me piano lessons. And then I was like singing, and they were like, oh, well, dancing and singing go hand in hand. So they put me in dancing and singing classes. So I was doing like jazz, tap, ballet, and hip hop since a little kid. And then I just kept finding things that I really liked. So I was like, oh, I really like performing in like stage. Like I love performing arts and whatnot. So my parents were like, we'll get you into acting. So I started doing acting. And that was when I was like 9. And then, so I've been doing acting since then. And then recently, I just like fell in love with music. I don't even know how. I just started obsessing over it. And then I was like, doesn't seem that hard. So I started doing it. I was like,
It should be right.
no, I think I've had
3
that.
miles.
I've had that attitude since a kid. I was always just like, if someone else can do it, why can't I? So I just did it, and I had the resources. I think that's one thing a lot of kids like don't understand, especially when they're middle class like I am. It's like you have these parents who can support you through these things. Stop buying designer clothes and ask for something that you really love doing. Like get those basketball shoes. Get that, I don't know, just use your surroundings, understand the opportunities that you have, and go for it, because you're just doing stupid things with your time. It's like,
It is pretty interesting with the spending, because a lot of the time, especially in the middle class kind of positioning, like you're spending parents' money, all the money that you if you are working, that you earn as well. But everyone
You
is
only get to earn your own money. Like you don't have to give it back to the family.
yeah, literally, right? Yeah, but everyone's like keeping up with other things as opposed to like, you know how you have like, let's say, you can only ask for a certain amount of things from your parents, and like they don't have so much to give you every single thing you want. But like, if you ask certain things, they'll give it to you, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're right. Like some kids are asking for the wrong things as opposed to how can I actually use this money that my parents already have to go into a, use that resource to go into something that's actually going to take you to another level as opposed to
Create
just
your craft,
let me just do
yeah.
what everyone else.
Balenciaga.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like do
yeah,
whatever. Balance, right? Just do what everyone else has, man. Like okay. That's,
I mean,
that's
you
an
can
interesting take.
you can thrift and get drip as well. 2 seconds. Like this is thrifted, dad's jeans, and then like these were on special. And like most of my stuff that I get is thrifted or gifted, and it's like just rock with it. You can look good. You have to be a good designer or like a model if you want to make it look good.
You have to have your own
That's the
taste.
one.
To be honest, like
On
just
God.
buying.
That's
fresh
all.
stuff
Yeah, a
off
lot of
the
stuff
rack
goes
is
into what
not-
everyone else is doing
and
too.
you're just
man.
following the trend. Yeah, which the trends can look good. I can accept that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Being under 18 years old, do you face any challenges trying to like go places with like music, dancing, model, acting?
Going places, no, just because I'm like probably the wrong kid to ask this in like the most humble way possible. I just have I think it's because I started young, but I have a lot of connections, and I have a lot of people who like want to help me. So for me, I feel like there's nothing I can't really get into, and like if I want to, I'll find a way, even if I don't have the connections. But for people in my generation, it can be a little bit hard under 18. But social media changes that as well. Like if you're willing to look cringy on TikTok and make videos promoting your stuff, or not necessarily promoting, but just enjoying what you make and this and that and the other thing, if you're a designer, if you're an artist or whatever, and you're bumping out to your music or you're wearing your clothes, like you can do that. And there's so many opportunities to be creative and not go down that like corporate route. So we're really blessed in this generation to have that. So.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I was gonna run it back to all these wars and that.
There was a climate change in that.
All right, real quick. This is pure speculation, right? Would we say that, because right now, like what you mentioned in terms of, there's so many things you want to achieve, but you're not sure, like, what's the state of the world, where things going? You just don't know what's coming next. And, like, can you actually continue to live, like, a fulfilling life in the crazy environment that we're in, right? That's what we feel right now, yeah? Has that feeling pretty much existed for every single generation? Like, we're not experiencing anything different, right? That other generations have probably felt too.
Dead set. Because, like, think about it. If you were born in, like, 1905,
Exactly.
you're going into the First World War, then you're going into the Depression, then you're going into World War II, then you're going into the Cold War.
Then we're
like,
copping it left,
like,
right.
And then you're going into, like, the whole Berlin in Germany, and, like, there's so many incidents. There's never been a dull time in human history.
A dull time. I like
No,
that's where I
bro,
put it. Yeah.
it's like there's always something going on, and I think humans, they're hardwired to find things that are going wrong, and that's why I think social media can be really bad, because it's like the internet feeds you what will make you scared, because humans are like
Attracted to fear.
exactly like if you're a caveman and you're like you're walking through the forest. You're trying to find the things that are dangerous before you find the things that are good.
Yeah, bro.
So it's
That's
like-
actually true. As
So it's like
because you feel like you can't enjoy the good things and those good moments because you don't know which Ooga Booga is coming around to come conk you, bro. Literally, bro. That's so facts, bro.
So that's the way it is. So it's like there's always a bad time in history, and
Or
I
we'll
think
find it at least, you know.
and I think the thing that separates, because I do think there's a lot of benefits in this time, but there's a lot of negatives. I think the thing that changes this, as a person who believes in climate change, I respect you if you don't, but you're wrong. As a person who believes in climate change, I just go, that's my fear, because I go, I want kids. I want to have another generation past us. Like, I think we'll be pretty lucky because all we're going to cop, especially as like middle class Australia, it's like, we're not going to experience anything that bad. Food's just going to cost more, so you're not going to be able to party as much and buy bougie shit. Like, all you're going to have to deal with is, oh, damn, gas is going to cost more. Oh, damn, bread's going to cost more. And it's like, it's the people who are going to suffer are the 90%, the 99%. Like, we're in the top 1% of the world if you look at it, like, financially. We're so lucky. So we're not going to be the ones who are copping the bad end of climate change. It's literally everyone else. So it's our responsibility as people who do have money, who do have, like, say and ability to help. So, yeah.
Daniel doesn't believe in climate change.
Me? What?
What do you mean?
It's real. It's real.
What do you think we should do about climate change?
I think that here's an analogy that a teacher told me the other day at school, and this has stuck with me. And he was like, there's a story about a man who had all these starfish like wash up on shore, and he's standing there and he's grabbing each starfish and he's throwing it back into the ocean. And someone else came up to him and was like, "Why are you doing that?" And it's like, it won't make a difference. And he's like, "It's making a difference to this one."
To that one. Yeah.
So I feel like you just got to do your part. And honestly, it's literally just the celebrities who are making the issue. If I ever make it and I have to fly around in a plane all the time, I'm never going to fly private. Always fly commercial, because the
seeing,
emissions.
yeah.
The emissions.
Apparently it's
are
mad.
Been
It
seeing
is.
all
Taylor
those
Swift
all those
Taylor
stuff.
Swift? What happened to Taylor
Taylor
Swift?
Swift
Kylie-
stuff like this week. Taylor
And
Swift.
Taylor
Taylor
Kylie.
Swift, yeah, she's apparently like number one of the worst.
Wait, what? No way.
Yeah,
So
with her
apparently she's
private
been
jet.
loud about climate change. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's like donating mad money to
Yeah.
like.
But then they had like someone snapped photos of like a celebrity coming out of a like jet for a short ride or something, and like they're trying to hide and stuff, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it's Taylor Swift."
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Apparently, like her jet does over 150 trips like a year for short trips, long trips. But then she's like, oh, she loans it out to other people. But still, you know. And then I think Kylie Jenner is why it all sparked up, because she took a
17-minute
private
flight or
jet for
something, yeah.
a 17-minute flight.
Yeah.
Oh my
A
god.
private, a whole
Was it-
private
I did not
jet.
hear any
It
of
was a
this.
17 or 13-minute
But, like-
flight
Yeah.
for a drive that could have
40
been 40
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
No way.
But it's crazy. These emissions are like
It's
it's
apparently
like
real
10
bad,
times
yeah.
worse than like the average person does in a year. So these people
Huh.
on their daily trips, they're doing the most damage. So I think where it ends up going is you have to take down your luxury. Just take those little sacrifices, and they make a huge difference. And I'm calling out the celebrities, like that's on you. But we can also play our part. Like, as much as recycling, it does help, it also doesn't, because like there's so many.
Can't
things,
lie, I'd
bro.
take the private jet once, twice.
I mean, for sure.
Times.
But like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Enjoy the little luxuries, but
Yeah.
it can't be a daily habit.
No, yeah,
If it
for
has
sure.
so much detriment or something, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is reckless. Like,
I can imagine. Like, they don't care about what's
I remember, I once saw a graphic that showed every single like flight path or something like that that's been like recorded over in a year. Like they did a graphic of just showing all of them darting across the world, bruv. The whole earth was covered, bruv.
yeah.
All
crazy.
these
It would
lines
be.
going across. I say everyone's copying it, bruv.
Yeah.
Everyone's ozone layers finished. Trust.
What is contributing to climate change?
Bro, apparently these greenhouse gases,
know.
in it.
What's
Them
the
black
greenhouse
balloons,
gas?
bro. Them black
What's that?
balloons on the ads. Don't you remember those ads back in the days? Oh, I'm
From
the
the
only
factories or
Australian.
what?
I didn't grow up.
The wasn't it they also do it with like there's a internet provider that does like net zero emissions.
Yeah.
And
Oh, a
it's
lot
like-
of people try and
But
get
it's the,
towards
it's the
net zero
black
and stuff.
the black balloons. I know what you're
The
talking about.
ads,
I know
yeah,
what you're talking
yeah.
about,
Bro,
yeah.
thank you, bro. Yeah,
Got you.
that's
Shout
it.
out to
Yeah.
Isn't it
What,
what?
is it methane?
Nah,
It's
nah,
animals.
it's
Animals farting. and shit and
You say animals?
animals.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
See, it's
that's
the
methane. That's
Yeah.
no, but like
Okay,
CO2.
well,
No.
Alright,
But what?
we're gonna hold the cows accountable,
bro. We're gonna completely,
Stop
bro.
it, pork chops.
We're gonna cap right now and hope that we're speaking truth. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the whole climate change and global warming argument comes from CO2 emissions, right? And what that does is it doesn't allow, like, it pretty much kind of like is trapping. Right, it's trapping.
I learned about this in school, so
Yeah,
I can check it. I can check it
something like
together.
that. It's kind of like it's trapping something, yeah, and essentially that's causing the
The
earth
ozone.
to heat up.
Basically,
I remember 2000.
oh man.
What year I graduated? 2014, 12, 13, 12. All right, so 2011, I was in year 9, and we had a month of this subject. It wasn't a subject, it was like an experience, whatever. We didn't do any other classes. It was just, we all focused on this one thing. It was called 2020, right? And
Yes.
basically, did you guys have something like this?
Yeah,
too?
yeah, I remember
Alright,
this. Keep
and
going.
Basically, it
I remember
was
this.
about what, it was all about climate change, that kind of stuff, whatnot, about what the world will be like in 2020. And like ideas that we have and all this kind of stuff. And I swear to God, bro, it was just a month off of school for me. And everyone else in my class. We were there for vibes. It was, they would bring through the trolley of the notebooks and then we were just kicking it.
Yeah,
That
I
was
do
it.
remember something like this. Yeah.
And then
Don't recall that.
2 years ago, we hit 2020 and someone says something about like, lol, remember we had this subject? We're actually in 2020 now.
Yeah.
That's just
And
crazy
I
when
was
you do
like,
that.
yeah, the world looks worse.
yeah, that's just something.
I don't know how or why, but it does.
It's crazy.
All right. So we weren't talking smack, right?
it
That
keeps it.
human activities have been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. Burning fossil fuels generates greenhouse gas emissions that act like a blanket wrapped around the earth, trapping the sun's heat and raising temperatures.
It's actually a little
Something
bit,
like that.
It's a little bit misleading when it says blanket because the molecules just stay in the air. So when the
They actually trap
it can't anything.
Yeah, dissipate. That's the word we'll use.
And it
yeah.
keeps the heat when the sun comes down because they hold the heat.
Yeah,
Aren't the
in their
icebergs
bonds.
in like
Yeah.
Antarctica melting too?
Yeah, the icebergs in them. Shout out them, man.
You guys ever seen the little penguin that like the iceberg is breaking away?
Yeah. I literally saw that video today.
Last
I
second he
literally
makes
saw
it
the
in.
video today.
And all the other little ones.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
literally
sad.
saw that today.
So cute.
Go back
So
to
the
your-
state of the world, yeah?
Nah, go back to your question. It's actually crazy when you're like in that moment. You're like, yo, I think the world is actually ending, bro. I remember in primary school when we had the
2012.
bro, 2012 was scary, bro.
That's what I went. Damn, that movie was crazy.
So that-
That went
My guy
crazy.
watched it in 2014.
Bro, my brother was obsessed with the movie. He watched it, like
Bro,
every day.
you don't know about experience in 2012, bro. Yo,
2012, I was in year 1, bro.
fam.
I was 7 years old when I picked up his flip flops.
We were worried, bro.
Well, yeah, we got you. Like, was that the only one that was?
I
worried
was a
or-
little bit stressed. Like
Yes.
I remember it was 21st of December 2012.
Yeah,
was the day.
yeah.
And I remember
Bro,
I was like, bro, we have to hit midnight tonight. We have
Bro,
to.
you don't understand. I remember what I was at, bro. I was actually working at Hungry Jack's. One of my friends over there actually like believe, like I don't know if he was just joking around.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Bro. But the whole shift, bro, we're doing like 6 to like 2 a.m. Bro, with the whole like 5 hours, the guy's like, bro, why are you working, bro? The world's gonna end.
Bro.
Wait. You're 10 and you did a 2 a.m. shift, bro?
Nah, Carlos was working,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Carlos is the strongest man I know on this planet.
Yeah,
I'm so
man,
sorry,
that's
bro.
overtime, but bro, that was scary, man.
Bro, it
I
wasn't.
believe
that's
you're
not
one.
me
You're
yet,
one.
dude.
Yeah, year 1. Yeah.
Damn.
Just living
Oh,
life.
Ethiopia, far out.
What?
Now you'd be.
How does that justify anything?
I was year
Oh,
1.
I thought he says he's one.
No,
bad.
year
Year
one.
one.
Year one.
Alright. Australia.
This guy's an idiot, bro. This guy's probably an idiot. Bro. Alright. So like running it back, yeah, like fam, if that's okay, so if we're agreeing that like, yeah, okay. Potentially at every point in humanity existing, there's been something and we've kind of had that mentality or thought of like, yeah, okay. There's so many things you want to achieve, but there's also this kind of thing to be worried about or like scared about.
Yeah.
What do we think we're living in right now? What's our fears of 2022?
Just,
I think I was
Or
just.
millennials
I was
in
gonna
this
ask
generation?
quickly.
Yeah.
so like we're saying, there's been something that's happened. Has it always been like a global thing? Because COVID was global, that impacted everyone.
COVID
But like,
is the
has
most
everything
global thing
been
we've
global?
experienced.
Can you imagine the Black Plague, bro?
Yeah, things like that.
Oh
bro.
my
Like,
god, bro!
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine 44 whatever million people when the population of the world was like 300 million people. That's like the equivalent of like 750 a billion people dying now. And like that was just people who dead. Imagine a billion people stacked up in the streets because they were just lying there, bro.
Wouldn't
You know?
that be good for climate change?
No, oh, bro, it would be.
Man's
It
getting
would
into eugenics, bro.
Ideas.
Bro, yo, okay, real random one as
Actually,
well.
no, I don't believe in overpopulation. That's my thing. I believe in climate change.
Oh yeah, we've
but I
had
don't
this
believe in
conversation. Over probably you said just go on to like the other.
Use
There's
the
bare
other
room.
parts of- Find better ways to
Unclaimed.
do
To,
life.
yeah. Oh yeah, what were you saying there?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, has everything,
that's a
has
good
there always been a
Like, has it
global
been a
issue?
global thing?
Yeah.
Not always, but like
It's
every.
been big
We've been
enough,
around the
man.
There's something in every century. Someone has to spark up something. Like there's usually a great war that happens.
Literally, man, they were
Crazy
just
war.
going around chefing, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Swords, bro.
But you know,
Like just riding out with the homies, bro,
On a horse.
on a horse.
Came next to him. Chill.
Bro, on a regular basis, this was just happening, yo. Like that is a wild time to live in.
So
But,
Like you're a young person. If you're not a blacksmith, bro, if you're not a chef, if you're not a, he's like, what you
yeah,
call
there's
me?
like 3 career paths.
You know what I
bro.
mean? If you're not doing those ones,
Yeah.
you're getting ready
You have
to
to know.
enlist. You better hope to God you know how to cook this porridge, bro.
I make horseshoes for a living.
You know what I mean? Because like you're important, you're needed, but they're not gonna ask you to come join,
Yeah.
bro.
Wait, weren't they recruiting soldiers not long ago for the war that was happening?
Whoa, so what war? Oh,
Here.
Ukraine?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Was it Ukraine?
Yeah,
When they were
Ukraine.
recruiting
Ukraine.
people.
Yellow and blue till I die.
Nah, bro.
man's
Yellow.
repping,
Yeah.
bro. This guy, bro.
Damn.
Man's repping, bro. Just repping.
But I was gonna say it will be different, like moving on. You know what I mean? Like a disaster, or it's gonna be very different. 2022 versus like the 19s or like early 2000s. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it'll be a different type of. I don't know what it is. It could be
Dude.
more of like technology
Could
kind of
you-
thing. It could be more of like more towards like maybe inflation, recession.
Oh, like
You know
technological
what I mean?
warfare, biological
Yeah,
warfare.
or like more. You get what I'm saying? You know that.
Could you imagine like people back then with TikTok go crazy? Like, nah, bro. Someone would like kill someone and like start renegading on them.
Bro,
like,
this is what I'm picturing. Wasn't that coop and a lot? Bro, that white guy rapping, bro, in the tank.
someone
I hit a lick in the mic.
Someone literally be like, they'll be like, hit a 30 kill streak today, boys.
Bro.
And then just like live streaming and then like chilling in the water.
Bro, they hit you with the what?
Oh god, bro. How crazy would it be, bro?
Yeah.
But yeah, you get what I mean. Like it'd be something different, like because the problems that we're facing now is very different to like what we faced before. You know what I mean? I feel like the next one, random guess, it has to be with technology, like
Yeah,
technology low-key,
some kind of-
operating by itself. I don't know.
But even though, like, what's it called? The weapons and stuff, the technology involved is crazy. Did you
Mad.
see they killed the Al Qaeda leader like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
3
See,
days
I
ago?
don't
saw
find
that.
out about any of these
Saw
things.
that.
Yeah,
How?
it's really
It's because you have to keep up with the latest celebrity goss. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Lil Hottie and Charlie D'Amelio. What happened there, bro?
Yeah, no, things like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Damn.
Yeah, but
I
they
saw
killed him.
that.
And they were saying something about the missile that was launched is like somehow it doesn't have the ability to kill civilians. So it's like it
Like
could
a
only
targeted
kill
thing.
him, kind of thing.
Have you guys seen that
Wow.
James Bond movie?
Gonna have to be
007?
specific with that.
There's like 30.
Yeah,
James
dog.
Bond.
The latest one.
Yeah, that was the one that like he was only trying to kill like one person, yeah.
Yeah, that's low-key.
Like that's
sad.
biological warfare, that one, yeah, because it was DNA or
Is that like
that,
where the
that.
bullet can also follow you? Have you heard about this?
Whoa,
Wait, no, you guys haven't heard about this?
But
Bullet
he
or
tried-
missile?
he
Yeah,
chose-
Bullet, yeah.
someone was doing like a not TED talk, but that kind of thing, and they were saying no, like bullets, actual bullets, but it's like I can lock in on a target, right? And the target can't run away from the bullet.
Damn.
Right, and so
Ooh,
it's like
yeah.
they're finished, and it'll like reach here, and then it'll deploy and like.
Bro, whose bar was that? Son, this is ether. These bullets are heat seeking. Who said that, bro? That was a fire bar. It was dissing like Jay-Z. This guy's like,
Nas.
was it Nas? Yeah, it was Nas. I think it was Nas, right?
There's a
Yeah.
recent movie like that where it's like they genetically created like some wasp or whatever, and then the way that it can target people is like by a laser. So I just put the laser on you, and now you're a target immediately. Like wherever you go, it's just following you until it doesn't stop until it attacks. And I'm like, that's not made up. Someone's probably doing that somewhere in a lab. creating that thing, or it's probably already out there, and they're testing it and all of that stuff.
You
so.
just don't hear about it.
Yeah.
You only hear what they want you to hear.
That sounds scary,
Exactly.
It actually is scary.
Damn.
Like that all exists.
That's where we're at, man. But
You
okay.
just
I
have to
gotta
act
run around the world,
oblivious.
bro.
If you act oblivious, they won't kill you, bro.
You know what's the most pressing? Oh no, go.
Nah, say
I'm
that
gonna
first.
change the topic.
Same.
The most pressing social issue at the moment?
Yeah. What is that? Kim K?
Kardashian and Pete Davidson.
Oh,
Oh, that's what everyone's
that.
mad about right now.
can't believe the breakup.
Did they
Okay.
just break up?
Yeah. I literally heard my sisters yell this from across the house this afternoon.
What's that?
Like, could we be honest?
How was it?
Everyone knew it was coming.
Yeah, bro.
100%.
It's,
Oh,
he's
really?
like 28 or something. She's like 45, bro. They're in completely different
Kardashian's
chapters of their
45.
life,
Yeah, I
bro.
think it was for fun.
Yeah, she.
They're having a
100%.
good time.
She-
Just having a good
yeah,
time.
she's still
think she
fine.
found love.
I feel sorry for Pete, bro. I know that guy's crying right now, bro.
Nah.
It doesn't matter. He's Pete Davidson. He's trying to get to every female celebrity,
Bro,
bro.
Pete Davidson is
His hit
moving
list?
like
Yeah.
who's the shorty that be breaking Michael B. Jordan's heart, bro?
Lori Harvey.
Yeah,
Lori
Pete
Harvey.
Davidson is Lori Harvey, bro.
They
Straight up.
need to cross paths.
I think someone might have said that actually. Like that combination between them would be colossal.
Who's breaking up first in that situation?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Lori. It's definitely Lori, bro.
Yeah.
Pete just there for the ride and see how long he can ride it out for, bro. and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lori's just there to collect all the rings, bro. So it's absolutely madness. But bro, what you said is facts, bro. There's the wild things going on in the world, and this is what's gonna break the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck? What times are we in, bro?
I mean, because it's more social. We prefer like all the social issues.
Is this the oblivious thing that we're doing? Is this what we're doing
mean,
to?
It's easy
to is it
care.
escapism?
Dude, have you seen the whole thing where it's like, actually no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to die.
Fair.
Just in case.
FBI's watching.
Nah, just in case. Yeah, no.
Yes,
I don't want to talk about it.
Camera talk.
We'll do it off record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta put all our friends at the back as well.
Right. Nah, yeah, it's very interesting times. All right, so in knowing all of that, yeah, and that's what's going through all our minds. We still definitely feel like we're achieving stuff. You said you do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you
man.
pursuing at the moment, bro?
Yes.
How do you feel like the world is influencing that, or like, yeah,
Hardest thing I'm going at right now is music.
yeah,
And it's like, I just need because the issue is like to be like hella transparent about like where I am with like my music and everything. It's like there's one song that's going crazy, and don't get me wrong, I'm super blessed for all my like other listeners that I have, but that one song is like carrying like all my streams right now, and I'm just going like, I have so much good music. I wish it could get out, so I'm just trying to do things that like get me out into the eye of the public. Because I said, bro, Triple J gotta hate me, bro, because I made some mad good songs. Y'all missed all of them, bro. And the people that they have in their finalists, I'm happy to take this beef, right? the people who are the finalists this year were garbage, bro. It was so bad. And it's like there's this
you
one.
gonna come to TDE and
Dude,
start this?
nah, bro. There was
This
this
is your video now.
there was
We
this,
ride too.
Dude, I don't even care. There's this one dude who was like, they're like dick riding his voice so hard. Bro has mad auto-tune and he's singing like this. He's like, girl, I need a change, 'cause girl, you're giving me depression. That was his bar, bro. His opening bar.
It'd be awkward if you guys listen to this. Bro.
His opening bar, bro. His opening bar.
Oh, the
Girl, you're giving me depression. What a bar, bro.
Right, nah.
Bro, there was some really good talent this year. I'm not personally. I didn't even think I was gonna be a finalist this year because I had like this list mapped out in my head. There's some mad good artists.
Yeah.
Let me just shout out Harry Hilfiger, bro. You go crazy.
Hilfiger.
Harry Hilfiger, he's next, bro. He's literally next.
Yeah?
Like
Sweet, okay.
so easy.
Put
Let
us
me shout
on,
out
bro.
Harry Hilfiger. Let me just open up triple. Oh, this is one girl who made it on my playlist. She's phenomenal, bro. And I thought she was gonna be a finalist.
These are Australian artists, obviously.
I
Australian
was gonna
artists.
say before you list them, what's this Triple J?
So
like, for
Triple
those
J
who don't know?
Unearthed High
Yeah.
is this like high school competition, and it's like,
Oh, this is the high version.
Yeah,
oh, facts.
yeah,
So
yeah.
no Triple J on there.
so the girl who I thought should have won, Angie Coleman,
Shout out
who are
Angie
you
Coleman.
after me? I need this snippet because I'm gonna put it on my story, bro.
Yep.
She goes crazy, phenomenal voice, bro,
Yeah.
phenomenal artist. Love her music to bits. Wasn't a finalist. They missed out on so many good artists this year, and I'm like. I don't know. I just need a platform right now because I got some crazy music cooking up, and I want to get a concert going. I'm gonna try and get around to different venues and whatnot because
Or in concert or even like
bro.
finding like opening even like you know what I mean like finding
So,
out people that are doing their own shows and
I
things
would
like
try and open, but like the thing is, It's kind of hard because I don't know a lot of artists.
Yeah.
I
But
know
there's a lot, man.
I know so many people. I know so many people like in and around the industry though.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of like fashion people, model people. I know a lot of like even managers and whatnot. But I
Yeah.
don't know a lot of artists, which is
Yeah.
so weird. And the artists that I do know are in like Perth or they're in like Brisbane. Shout out Mumbai. Like they're all not here, and it's like it's really frustrating. But I will be doing my own concert hopefully very soon, and just a solo one because I've been like mapping it out. I have like an hour and a half, 2 hours of songs that I'm just like, this is gonna go dumb. And it's like I'm personally a performer. Like I'm a performer. I love.
Putting on that show.
Yeah,
and
bro.
that.
Nah, I can really get into it, and I think that would go
That's
crazy.
sick, man. Have
Yeah.
you performed
That would
any of
be-
your music live yet?
No, bro. Nah, bro. I do it in my room. I have mad.
I love that, bro.
Nah, bro. I have,
Yo, that's amazing, bro.
This is an amazing clip.
That was beautiful, bro.
dude. No, I perform.
Nah, you're the goat, bro. You're the goat for that.
This guy's answer.
Nah, but that's straight confidence, bro. I love it, man. Yeah.
No, I perform in my room,
Yeah.
and like when no one's home, I put it on the. We have like mad good speakers in our
Yeah.
TV room, so I just connect it to the TV, and I literally do like hour and a half, 2 hour sets by myself in my room.
That's all original music, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, the next. Y'all better be like tapped in for it. The next, like I have 2 singles, 3 singles, and then a project. The project gonna go dumb, bro. Like the crazy. Like typically, I'm in the pop alternative genre, but like this is all straight hip hop, and like I'm talking bar after bar after
Yeah, yeah.
bar. After,
Oh, that's sick, man.
That's good.
What's
Yeah.
what's your microphone of choice when you're performing at home? Is it like the imaginary, the hairbrush?
Oh, bro, I was like,
You're not
where the
serious.
hell is he going?
Because I'm connected to the TV. It's the TV remote.
Yeah, sir.
Nah,
That's
it is.
a goal.
Bro, and you gotta hit the slide across the floor to intro. as
Dude,
well,
I'll be
Socks and everything.
I'll be jumping around stage. The coffee table.
Stage.
No. I run up the coffee table. I jump off the coffee table and then like land and I start like on the beat drop. I have like this whole thing planned out, bro.
Yeah, they're
Nice,
definitely
bro.
kicking you out when you're 18.
Get this man out of here.
Is it more of like Tyler the Creator type of performance? Because he's wild. when
Yeah.
he
Eccentric.
performs.
It.
Yeah.
I'm like I have
Yeah.
so many different types of songs.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like there are songs where I'm gonna go crazy and
Yeah.
do like some Tyler the Creator, Playboy Cardi type shit. But then there's also gonna be one of my favorite performers is Post Malone. Love watching him perform because he sings. Like personally, I'm a singer, so I want to be able to hit every single note at the concert.
Yeah.
And like watching him perform, just the energy and like the actual like heart that he has
Yeah.
when he sings. Love that. So probably my 3 favorite like performers to watch. 4 favorite. Post Malone, Playboy Cardi, Tyler, and the Kid Laroi. Because the Kid Laroi can perform pretty darn
Bro,
well.
Kid
Videos
Laroi
of
is-
him,
bro,
he is
people
pretty good.
love him.
He is.
I
pretty
don't know how
good,
much longer Post Malone's heart is going to be good though, because the cigarettes are crazy.
He's still going.
Yeah.
He's still kicking.
His
But like the
voice
rasp,
sounds better
Posty been quiet,
because
though.
of it, but
Am I just out of the loop? He been
he
quiet.
dropped
yeah?
a new album.
Oh,
he did drop an album. Yeah.
Went dumb.
Well.
Went dumb.
Yeah. No one really cared about it.
But I'm like the people who did go and listen. He didn't promote it that much
Yeah.
either. The people who did go and listen to it loved it. Like I personally loved it. Like I remember I was backstage at like this. I do performances through like this company and whatnot, and I was backstage at the performance and I was like listening to it and like it got me in my feels, bro. Like
Shout out
Post Malone.
Post,
Got
bro.
some good music.
Post Malone
yeah.
is one of my idols. Like he's one of the people who I look up to, and I go like, damn, I wanna. If this ever becomes a famous video, Post like, he's my guy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I look up to him so much. Him and Tyler.
Who's helping you right now though? So like, cause I mean, we've listened to your stuff too, and the production value of it. It's not you can like. Are you making stuff at home,
Just
or
all
are
in
you
my
going
room.
studios and
What is
stuff?
at home?
Just
Because
all in my
this
room.
that's straight home.
Yeah.
You have equipment wise though, like for this as well.
Literally
or-
just a Rode NT1 microphone and the audio interface,
Yeah.
and then the computer I'm using a MacBook, not MacBook, an iMac.
Yeah.
But you don't need an iMac. Like the iMac's not what makes it good.
Yeah. For
You just got to know how to do it. Like I have no plugins. I have no professional plugins. Everything's stock Logic. And
Yeah.
like I find
out
like
Logic.
I find like samples, like melody samples, and then I just add layers to the melody. So I'm like, I saved up a good deal of money. I saved up more than you actually need to start. Like you look at people like Steve Lacy, literally just had his phone and his guitar. All you need, bro.
People love that guy.
Yeah, his new album, bro. I
heard
wish
it.
I knew.
I'm
I
just-
wish I knew you wanted me. He's
Carlos
so
loves that
good,
song.
bro. Steve Lacy.
So how long does like that whole process take if you're doing it all by yourself?
2 hours, 3 hours. I'm done quick.
Wow. That's talent,
It's
right
mad
there.
interesting, man.
If the inspiration
Like, what's
hits,
everyone up to, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was as in like
Why don't you make a track?
we all probably can.
It did make.
I don't know how
Daniel
good it's gonna
did
be. Oh, I've
Daniel
made two
better
good.
try.
Nah, I've
Remember
made
that?
two good bangers, bro.
That
was a song.
everyone freestyled over that depressing ass beat into
Yeah, 10 toes,
You
10
my
toes freestyle. Bro,
princess.
my
And I'll
10
be your
toes
king.
freestyle was hard, bro. What? Back in the days when it was hard to get over 100 likes? Come on,
I
man.
got 200 likes.
Yes.
Oh my
Right.
days.
But it's mad interesting that everything's at like your fingertips like that. Because that was like a lot of YouTube tutorials and all that kind of stuff. Like that's where you learn how to do these things. It's kind of wild that like this is just at the fingertips like that people can utilize
Yeah.
right
Do
now.
it.
Like it's just
Yeah.
it's
A
surprising,
wise
man.
man once said,
Here we go.
to prove a point to someone, he made a song in one day. It wasn't a great song, but because he was like, oh, I met up with a person and he was like, oh, I'm working on some new music. He saw him a month later and the guy said, I'm still working on music. So he's like, all right. He went into somewhere, I don't know what he did, but he made a song in like one day. And then he was like, oh, here you go. And he's like, oh, the song has like so much more hits than this guy would like, ever have. And I was like, it's true. Like
Who's
if you
the wise
actually want to
man?
do
Who's
something, Andrew Tate.
You're
Ain't trying to say that.
oh man,
You're a
I don't endorse that message.
That's
Um,
hilarious, bro.
Yo.
That's
But
actually-
yeah, it's like if you actually put your mind to it, like for you, it's actually so impressive because sometimes for people to get like quality music, you see that they spend hours and days in the studio and they have like 5-6 people trying to engineer the sound. And then it's got to go through like 3 different people to try and approve it. Whereas for you, you're like, I know my sound. I know what I'm good at. I know how I can get, good quality out of this. Let me just do it. 3-4 hours. Like that's
Yeah.
really incredible.
I mean, the other thing is like, I know people, no diss to anyone who does it this way, but like, there's people who like do fundraisers, save up all this money, thousands of dollars to go to a studio to make a 4-song.
I was
EP.
gonna ask this
That's
question.
like video or like film kids that buy the full-on camera. It's like, bro, use your iPhone, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, but like you're also in a different position. Like you actually have adult money now.
Yes, sir.
You know?
It's just like, I'm like, you don't need to do that.
I actually wanted to ask this question. I'm pretty sure I screenshot it and everything, even man. I wanted to ask you what you guys think about people doing fundraisers to their followers. Like you don't not necessarily having a big following, but just the people who follow you.
Like guys, please help me.
Yeah, like,
I
not
think-
even like on like
No.
guys, please help me.
I think
like
it depends on the level that you're at as an artist, low key.
okay, that's what I'm asking. Does it even depend? All right, so I follow some producers right now. I'm not even trying to make music, but there's some people I like the way you produce. I'll follow you. Some artists, I like your music. I'm following you. Friends, you know what I mean? Like people doing different arts, different creative things. I'm following you because I actually like the product that you're producing, right?
Yeah.
So if there's a someone putting up a story like a film, like let's say a short film director in our ends, they put up a story saying, "Hey guys, this is a GoFundMe link. Anyone who's like wants to support or like put something, just drop something, like do it." What do you think about that space? Because I've seen that heaps now.
There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, but you have to earn it as well. So in my mind, it's like, if you give me a month or 2 months worth of really good like content on Reels or TikTok or something, and then you're like, I actually want to take this serious, all that kind of thing. It's like, I've already enjoyed some of your content. Now I believe in funding it as well.
Yeah.
You're saying they have to earn it for you, right? Because some like if someone's willing to just donate, like why the heck not put it up? Like in terms of someone just willing to do it just for the sake of it, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
bro,
but for you, right, they have to
overall,
earn-
though,
yeah.
How many times in life does anyone just give you
Just
money?
donate without believing.
It
in
doesn't
what
Bro,
really happen.
I mean, we haven't tried clearly, bro, because these people be getting racks.
Yeah.
Yo,
No, but what people are you talking about?
Yeah,
now?
like-
Us.
these people do not have massive followings. Like they're literally in the next suburb.
No, I know people who do
Sure.
fundraisers get $4,000, $5,000,
It's
Yeah, but
it's
from
crazy.
It's
from just
Aunties,
people around.
aunties, mums.
It's GoFundMe links. They'll
Yeah.
put up a story and they'll say, "Yo,
Shout,
like I know one guy. This one's different. Though. He's like, oh, there's a competition and you need money to like fly over or like enter or something. So
Okay.
can y'all help me donate for that?" So
Yeah,
that's
okay,
different,
but
right?
even there, like, it's like people are aware of his craft, right? It's not like he's like, let's say it's a music competition, right?
Yeah.
Like singing or rapping or whatever. It's not like I'm assuming, but it's not like he's never put out a song And so people have no idea. It's not like he's just coming fresh. Like, guys, I think I want to rap now.
Okay, because I was thinking in
airline.
our example. Oh, you said what you got to say
Yeah,
first.
I was just gonna say I have a friend Jada. Shout out Jada. Makes
Jada the
phenomenal-
creator?
No, Jada Jean makes phenomenal music. Indie artist, local area. She goes crazy,
Yeah.
and she racked up a few $1,000s
Yeah.
for her upcoming EP. Like
That's dope.
I'm so keen for that. But it's like she only has 2 singles out, and they were made in
Bro, it's wild.
2021 and 2020, and it's like she has 150 monthly listeners, a few thousand streams on both the tracks, and I
Yeah.
go, but people just go. Like, it's
Well,
her
I
friends,
know.
it's her family, and it's like, she's only asking for like, I think the minimum donation was like 5, 10, 20 bucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can spare $5,
Yeah.
I can spare $10, you know?
Yeah.
Because
would
that's what I'm
literally-
thinking people's mentality is at. Because I was wondering in our case, let's say we put something up, right?
Yeah.
Not that we want to, or, you know what I mean? But like,
Would people?
you know what I mean? And I think they
But
definitely
I think
would.
some
think
people
they
would
would.
because
Yeah.
there
They
is
definitely,
One,
it's crazy.
there's one singer in Melbourne where I saw this person do this.
Yeah.
And like at the time I didn't have much money, but like now I'm like I actually would go and drop $100 or something and they go.
I know you're
like,
thinking. Oh,
yeah.
can't believe you did it. That's cool.
I haven't yet, but I
Oh,
will.
You wanted to.
I will. I will.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. For me, it's so weird, man, because like it depends on what level you're at. in
I'm
this
lucky.
crowd.
I'm lucky now falling in the boat of why the heck not? Like,
Maybe I should put
like
one up.
why? Because I'm like, why? I don't want to get into the whole charity bag, but like, donate to charity or like all this kind of
I
stuff.
know. Yeah. I'd rather just.
I'd rather
donate to
just
my
yo,
friends'
and like
dreams.
if you squander it, you squander it.
Yeah.
But if it actually made a difference, bro,
I was there
I
for the
saw
start,
that,
yeah.
and that's lit.
You owe me.
but are you gonna be on the lookout of like?
No, I'm not
Where-
even not at all.
Where's
It's
the
one.
money going towards?
Not on the lookout like that, but it's like, hey, so what happened to that project? You know what I mean?
I mean, but like, it's one of the things we can do. Personally, like, you got my mind ticking now. I put one of those things out, and I say, if you donate, you get the like guaranteed access into like a concert that I'm doing.
Now it's an NFT.
Come on.
And then because it's gonna be my first concert,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like never seen out in the wild.
Yeah.
Plus,
In the
yeah,
wild.
like dead ass, and like with that money, I'd probably buy some beats of some people who I know.
Yeah.
So it's like
So we should
It
put up a
makes
fundraiser.
sense.
Huh?
Why not?
for
Yeah.
sure, like there'll be people.
Would
who
you donate?
I mean, depends. no, yeah.
I mean, it depends on how good you are.
It depends. No, it
As soon as I
I
mean,
mean, let me buy some time.
It depends.
17, come on.
It depends what it's for, bro.
Yeah.
Depends what it's for.
Like you look, you gotta question it. Like, what happens if you run into the person? And, you know, it's like, yo, where's this short film at? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then what if they say, oh, yeah, I'm not doing that
I gave
anymore.
up on that. Yeah. Bro, run me my $100.
Be furious, bro.
Hey, but no one sent you to send $100. You could have sent 5.
Yeah, I know,
So
but then
that's
now
on
you're
you.
like, now this is the thing, yeah. Now you're sitting there like, did you just like commit fraud? You know what I mean? No, not on that
Nah,
level.
hey,
obviously.
low key.
But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But okay, like Davido.
I think you have to commit. Like the
Yeah,
legal
definitely.
Yeah, that's the
obligation
thing.
is if
When
you put
the-
it.
yeah.
I don't
If you
think
put it up,
is though, because it's like
It's
I'm
not
pretty
legal.
sure there's something that would cover that.
If it's GoFundMe, I
Legally.
think like the purpose of what this money was, kind of like how if a government gives you or somebody gives you a grant,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
what
you
you've
have to
put in your
utilize
application
it,
has
yeah.
to be used for
Yeah,
that thing.
and there's
with
people,
the
there's,
evidence,
there's
et cetera.
people who dead ass just put, I want to buy an extra controller.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
And then people,
Give
bro,
me money.
People say
And
that.
then what was the girl who like? There was a girl who asked for like a bunch of MacBooks.
Oh,
She
wow.
got all the money for it.
yo, I need this.
Crazy? What?
Yeah, hey,
Run me my
it's
1500.
a different
please.
time, man. It's a different,
so
proper,
interesting.
different time, bro.
That's crazy.
I might have to do one. I don't know.
This guy's thinking for no reason, right? I know nothing's in your head.
What are you trying to buy, bro?
Yeah,
We got everything right now.
but we
I
definitely.
was-
Oh yeah, go.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, through your music and stuff, what type of message are you trying to put out there? Because I know at the start you were talking about how, like, you talk about your experience, and stuff like that. So it's like, what type of message do you put out through music?
Like in all my music previously, bar a few songs, they've been hella like depressing, and it's just like I think what I want to like tell people through my music. Right now, there's not really much of a message. In my most recent project, there was a message, and it was just like going through like my most recent experiences and whatnot, and like what I was thinking, because there's just a lot of things going through my mind. I think in future, I want to just like be like, man, you don't have to let this like sit forever. Like use my music and other people's music to like just fully immerse yourself in these emotions and feel really sad or feel really happy or whatnot.
Yep.
But I feel like it's one of those things where I hope people can progress with the music that they listen to, Like never stay sitting in, because that was one thing that was awful for my mental health, was I would just keep listening to these really sad songs, even when I wasn't really feeling that sad, and it would just let me stay stuck. So I think with my music, I'm always gonna try and push something new. Like I've done the majority of my really, really sad songs. Now I'm getting with more introspective or more positive, or
That's dope.
it's like just make sure you keep pushing the boundaries on where
Developing
you're
at
coming.
least,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah,
progressing.
yeah.
I wanna
Otherwise you stay stuck.
Try something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention a name or a letter and tell me what artist comes to mind for you. All right? I just want to X.
X.
Yeah.
Which one?
XX.
Okay. Nas.
X. I know who you're thinking, like Nas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who's the first Lil that comes to your mind?
Boat.
Interesting.
Lil who?
Boat.
Yachty.
Oh.
Has to be.
Lil Bo.
Bro,
Yeah.
he was so integral to like my early development in loving music. His Boat album.
Bro, you got Lil Bo hair right now, man.
Yeah.
Just needs to be read.
his Boat album went crazy. Like I forget what it's called, but the one where he's like on a little boat.
Yeah.
Was that called Lil Bo?
I think it might have been
Yeah,
called
yeah,
Lil Bo.
The artwork was
The
crazy.
album was so
That-
dope. Yeah.
that album
It gives
was
me Santan Dave's vibes for his
dance
recent
or something.
artwork.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're all alone in this.
But X and Boat.
Oh, you didn't see the video? Yeah.
X and Boat were integral to like my music development. And then Nas got me, like Nas was one of my first like 90s artists who I really got into. But I've listened to a lot of music.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
That's vibes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
was gonna
it?
say
Like, was there something behind the experiment?
No, yeah.
he's a scientist, bro. He's got glasses, cuz.
X is DMX, Nas is Nas, and then Lil is Wayne.
Okay.
Bro, I know I'm gonna. Actually, I'm not gonna say that.
You know, like,
No, I just never like. There's a lot of artists who people.
I was about to diss.
No. There's a lot of artists who like I can't get behind Drake. There's like I can't get behind Drake. I can get behind some of Wayne's songs, but I just never really grew up with that kind
Yeah,
of
I know
really
you.
heavy trap sound. And like even Future, like really trap artists, I just struggle to get behind.
That's what I was saying to these guys recently about Michael Jackson. Like,
Oh.
bro, he's goated, but I'm just
love
like,
Michael
I don't.
Jackson.
Bro, his music isn't phenomenal. To
Are
me.
you
I-
serious?
No. I don't disagree. He's one of those people.
He's goated king of pop.
agree.
Bet.
I
Yeah,
agree.
let
He's
you
king
have
of
it.
pop.
Amen.
Have it.
Have it.
Who am
Take
I?
it.
It's like how people feel about Madonna. Like she's the queen of pop, but like I think ass. Michael Jackson got
you
ass.
can't say that.
Michael Jackson
Yeah,
got
like his
ass.
music's good, but I'm just like, bro, like people fainting.
Are you not
Yeah.
sitting there just singing every lyric to rock with you? I wanna
Also, you weren't there when Michael Jackson was scary to children.
Yeah, no, I was fearful
bro,
of this
talking
man.
about his
I actually
music.
couldn't go to sleep
I
after
know.
they showed him this
Separate
rhinoplasty
that.
Michael. Bro.
When he was hella white, those photos.
Yo, that was a pretty. bro, that man was scary.
No,
bro.
because I remember, like, we were living in America. I remember it was an episode of Fear Factor was on. They go cut to Newsbreak,
Fear Factor
and
too.
Newsbreak is Michael Jackson wanted or something for and
I
he's
said
dangling his
wanted.
kid from
Oh,
the
yeah,
finger, and I was like,
with
oh my
the-
god, bro, this
I
guy's gonna
remember
get me.
Gonna get me.
Like 100%. That's
He's
the-
so good. One of my
Yeah,
favorite
no, I
artists.
respect everyone's opinion. I'm like, bet for sure, but I'm just like, I don't know. His music is not.
You
bro,
probably
it's
bumped Jack Harlow, bro.
not right
he made it doesn't matter if you're black or white for himself.
Beg your pardon?
for himself.
It don't matter.
Damn.
Probably.
Trying
internal
to let the people
internal
know.
conflicts,
Just
bro.
trying to let the
Yeah,
people-
man.
How did you get introduced to Michael Jackson? Is that thing?
I don't even know. My parents listened to a lot of like Gold FM, so he probably just came up on there, and I was like,
yeah.
it was the first CD I ever bought. Was a Michael Jackson Greatest Hit CD. I loved Michael Jackson. I dressed like him. I did all the dances.
Yeah.
I was mad into him. I'm still into him, but like, you know what I mean. Let's not get into the controversy. I just like.
Hey, cut that joke out.
Oh my God.
So cut that out.
Cut it
What is
out.
the timestamp?
128. Cut it out.
As you were saying.
Yeah, no, bro. I just love him. I love him, and there's videos of me. There's videos of me
Guy's
like.
wild, bro.
There's videos of me dancing around the house that my parents filmed, where I was like, "Hey, pretty baby with the house."
Yeah, hey, no cap, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, hey, the music hits.
So you.
No, the music hits. I'm not gonna
music
just,
is
bro.
great. It's
bro,
actually phenomenal
Yeah,
music.
but people passing out, bro.
To
like-
that level, it's I don't know. It's like when Elvis died and then people were like suiciding. over
Elvis
it.
is
Bro.
so mid, bro.
Listen,
Don't even get me started. Bro stole all his flow from black people, and
That's-
then
but like he was in like them churches and that, so he kind of grew up on
Oh,
that
did you
too.
watch the movie?
Nah, but I just knew that.
Apparently, it's good.
Yeah, it's fire. Yeah.
is it capping though? Do they actually
No,
get
no,
it?
No,
out?
apparently it's
Quite
quite
honest.
quite on it.
That's
yeah.
good.
It's open about everything.
That's
we definitely had a time because your pops got to pick you up, bro. But like,
I mean, I didn't even see man here.
I wanted to say that, man. Like, honestly, I don't think I've ever probably spoken to someone that actually been like adopted or anything like that, and actually been like, we didn't dive in this episode, but it's super sick to see like how supportive your family's clearly been, like through that all, and you know, you've alluded to it on this episode of like, you know, there's so many different stories or dark things that you've heard, and like you're even kind of coming to grips and dealing with that kind of like now. And like, cause I remember there was this girl I used to know back in like, bro, first coming to Australia days. So she was adopted, right? And she was mad, like, she was just an energetic girl, like clearly like she knows what her life story's been, and now she's here in Australia, and like she was just energetic and like high energy, and I think the parents didn't kind of like that a bit or whatever. All I remember is there was a point in time where like she just wasn't here anymore, bro. Like, and I was just like, damn, bro, like what actually happened to her, like, and I've always just like wondered how that whole dynamic of like being adopted and living with a whole different family that just didn't raise you, and how much genuine love like those parents can actually have for you, and it's really sick to see like just like how much support you've kind of had like going through it, and you'd hope that's the story for the most part, you know what I mean, or like why people would do it, but it's sick, man.
There's something about being like adopted or being a twin that only feels like, when people tell you, it only feels real if they're under like
a certain age,
As soon as they're an adult and they tell you they're adopted, like one of our friends, her mom is adopted, and like I remember when she told me, I was like,
are you sure?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
And then like someone I know, like they're twins, they're like 27. I'm like, childish. Like, just grow up already, right?
Yeah.
Cut that out, bro.
Like, stop introducing yourselves that way.
Nah, but shout out to your rents, man. Like,
For real.
proper sick, bro.
For real.
Yeah, proper sick,
Shout out
bro.
to opening up at that as well.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
And you just being like ambitious and interested in trying new things. Like it's very cool to see people that want to achieve things in general.
It's inspiring too.
Refreshing's
Like,
good,
even
right?
though you're young, like I'm sure a lot of, you know, older folks will look at you and be like, damn, like that's really inspiring to see someone so young with so much drive, even though like your age might be an obstacle. It's like you're not letting that stop you.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, you're still in the scene, you're still out there.
Dude, if I
Yeah.
never told you my age, you guys wouldn't blink an
Wouldn't-
eye.
yeah.
So
I'll
it's
give you a
like-
21 probably.
Yeah.
You reckon?
But that's
Because you're
the
tall too, bro.
19.
dude. You
19,
just
yeah, something
gotta.
like
My advice for like that stuff would just be like, I don't think you should say your age unless it's like one of those situations where you do, obviously.
Where you
What's your
need
age?
But it's like-
bro, like, say your age.
No, if someone asks my age, I'm gonna say it. But it's like you never really need to like.
Introduce with that.
Yeah, man. It's like because there's
It becomes a frame immediately how people might.
there's
view
some
it
people
way.
who I strongly dislike, right? And I don't like them because they lead with everything. Like they dap people up and they're like, "Yo, what's up? How you doing?" And they're like, "By the way, I'm 16." And I'm just like, "Oh, cool." And then
Okay.
I'm talking to them and they think I'm like 20 or whatnot. And I'm like, "That's mad." And then I just wait until later on in the day and they're like, "Oh, you're 16 too?" Or like whatever. I'm like, "Yeah," because it doesn't matter. You shouldn't let it, because if it's one of those things where your age doesn't matter in that situation, in music, your age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People just listen to it,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, if I go out and I'm like making sick music, people are going to gravitate to it. So I feel like that's one thing that I've just like learned. Let go of your age and just
Just to
do it. Because even when you're older, it's like you're 40 and you make music. Look at Kanye West, bro. Bro's 45 and still runs the music game.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
you have
That
to,
is-
you can't let your age stop
can't.
you from doing stuff, bro.
And on that note,
On that note, don't let your age stop you from subscribing to this.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us for
Stupid
another
little
episode.
kid.
Make sure you follow Red. It's red.officialtv.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put it
It'll
there.
be right down to him. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this around with people, and also chase your dreams. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Peace out, laters.
woo. Nice.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
No, that was
Thank
fun, man.
you. Thank you.